back all to my little channel. What am I going to do today for you? Well, I found a video about someone calling herself Sugary Princess Tea Party, and she's going to tell us why we are so bad for agreeing to have Donald Trump as a president. And oh yeah, don't bother responding to me because I'm not going to listen to it anyway. Responses have been turned off. And the thing is, you know they're going to make a good point when they already don't want to hear what you have to say. How can you talk and think like that? I mean, you're not allowed to disagree with me, and if you do, well, I don't want to hear you, la 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 la. I'm sorry, my dear, but I am going to make a response video to you. And it's going to be funny because I think you're going to help me answer your video. So let's do this.
I will be disabling the comments for this video. I am not here in this specific instance to have a dialogue. I am here to say something to America, my country, the country I was born in.
And yet I'm still going to respond to this video because, wow.
So the polls are not all the way in. We probably won't know until the morning because a lot of people have gone home. It's late. But it's not looking good. It's looking like we are actually going to potentially have President Donald Trump.
Okay, I'm making this movie a few days later and we already know that there is a President Donald Trump. Democracy. Isn't it funny?
And I have to say, I don't think I've ever been more ashamed of us as a country. I feel like this is sort of a repeat of the story I told in my last video about voting for Kerry and having I just felt like no one could possibly still vote for Bush. To be so stupid, so completely ignorant, or so just dispassionate that they would allow something like that to happen.
Are you now telling us that you lack empathy? That you lack the ability to understand why people make the choices they do, even though they're not the choices you want to make? Are you now admitting that basically you're a flawed human being because if someone decides other than you, they must be wrong because you do not agree with this?
And yet here we are again. Here we are again. It's not called for Trump yet, but it's not looking good.
Here you go again. It's not looking good. Depending on who you ask, I assume, because there are plenty of people out there who are happy that Trump won. Do you not recognize this?
I said in my last video that I thought that Hillary Clinton would win by a lot, and actually a lot of people thought that. I clearly gave us too much credit.
Oh, you were wrong. And there's nothing wrong with admitting that you were wrong.
I very obviously had too much faith in America, in us.
There you go again. Your decision is the only right one and everyone else making another decision is a wrong one. And you had faith that no one would make the wrong decision this time. Why do you think they made the wrong decision? Why can't you see that it could be very well true that you are the one that made the wrong decision? After all, the whole thing about elections is to find out who the people want as their president. And the people spoken. They didn't want Hillary Clinton.
So there's a few people I would like to say fuck you to.
All white men by any chance?
Just right now in this moment. Number one, fuck you to the Democratic Party who undermined Bernie Sanders to the point where he had to concede and was not our candidate for the Democratic Party. I truly 100% believe that this would not have happened had Bernie Sanders been the Democratic nominee.
So you do recognize that Bernie Sanders got shafted out of his chance to become the president? And you do know that a lot of Democrats that wanted to vote for Bernie Sanders got upset by it, but you have a problem recognizing why they voted for someone else than Hillary Clinton?
We would be looking at President Sanders right now had you not undermined his campaign and had pushed for Hillary Clinton so hard, because that was your goal and you were not going to let that be fucked with. So fuck you, Democratic Party.
And yet you still blame people for not voting for the Democratic Party. Double standard much? I guess I'm going to let someone else tell you how you come across now.
Nothing. There you go. So much said about you in such a short time. Number 2, obviously, fuck you, Trump supporters, for which, because of you, none of this would have ever happened. So that's kind of a general, just fuck you, but you are what you are. I believe in the future of this country in the next 4 years, it will simply become a qualifier, like just a very shorthand now for people of your character. Simply, oh, Dan over there? Yeah, he voted for Trump.
You really do not understand that a lot of Democratic voters voted for Trump because they didn't want Hillary Clinton, right? You rather shame them. You still try to shame them when these people are saying, yeah, you know what? Fuck you too.
Nothing. There you go. So much said about you in such a short time.
Oh, you know that Sugar Princess Tea Party girl? Well, yeah, she was very principled. She really wanted Bernie Sanders. But oh well, yeah, he got shafted by the people that wanted Hillary Clinton. So she then started to support Hillary Clinton because, well, I mean, she really cared a lot about Bernie Sanders. But yeah, let's reward the people that shaft Bernie Sanders, shall we?
You are the most disgraceful thing about America.
Well, I wouldn't call it the most disgraceful thing, but yeah, there is some sort of double standard there, isn't there?
Also, fuck you third-party voters in this election. This was not the election for you to be pulling this shit. Not the election for you to be doing this. I do partially blame you for how close this has been. It should not have been this close. It should not have been this close. If you want a third-party candidate, work for it the rest of the time, the other 3 years between terms. Advocate for it. Advocate for someone who wasn't fucking Jill Stein or Gary Johnson. They are not viable candidates. So fuck you, third-party voters.
Okay, just to get this straight. If you want to have a third-party candidate, work for it the rest of the time, but not during the election. Yeah, that makes sense.
Fuck you to the people who didn't vote at all. You are one of the greatest disgraces of our nation. The people who said it's all rigged, you're so fucking intellectually lazy and bullshit and uninformed that you can't even bother to look something up on the goddamn internet when information is so fucking free in this country that you have just everything you could possibly want to know at your fingertips, and yet you cannot pick up your own sad, sulky, completely disconnected ass to sit in front of a comfortable computer in the glow of information flowing towards you, and you can't even bother because of cat memes and Call of Duty. Go fuck yourself. I hope you choke on your own laziness.
I think there were a lot of people that did look things up on the internet, and because of that chose not to vote for the candidate you didn't really want yourself, but now feel should have won. Because you do realize that Hillary Clinton has voted in favor of every war that has come across. And she is the one stating, well, women are the primary victims of war because they lose their husbands, their brothers, their sons. Don't care about what those guys lose. I mean, their life doesn't really matter much. It's the pain of the women that counts. So there are a lot of people that recognize that she's a warmongering bitch that doesn't care about the people that die. Hell, she was actually talking about how the nuclear option against Syria and Russia was not off the table. This is the woman you're pushing. I'm sorry, Trump might be an arsehole, but I didn't hear him talk about the option of nuclear war. Did you?
Fuck you, America. Really. Hillary was my second choice. I didn't want her, and I still voted for her because I'm not an idiot.
So you are in favor of the option of nuclear war against Russia, and you're not the idiot? Are you sure about that?
And yet, today I am still very proud of my vote, and I will always be proud that I voted for Bernie and I voted for Hillary Clinton.
Wow. So you actually are in favor of the option of nuclear war. Yeah, no, you're on the moral high ground here. You are. You really, really.
It is a badge of honor that I will wear for my whole life, and I will tell my daughter that I voted for Bernie and that I voted for Hillary after that.
Yeah, no, you know what? You keep digging that hole. I mean, you're morally superior because you wanted to vote someone who didn't want to take the nuclear option off the table. Seriously. But I think I know someone who wants something to be said about that to you. So maybe you should listen to this person really, really careful.
Nothing. There you go. So much said about you in such a short time. You are the most disgraceful thing about America.
But I think you don't agree with it, do you? Nah, you probably won't.
I have no idea what this election will bring us. Even if the possibility that Hillary Clinton wins, and that would be great, it would be such a fucking relief. We have sent a very powerful message to racists in this country, to sexist misogynists. We have sent a very powerful message to police who brutalize black men and children. We have sent a very powerful message to white supremacists that you're all right in our books here in America. A big portion of us think you're okay. We're good with you.
See, there you go again. I mean, you are blaming certain aspects of your society for voting for Donald Trump. And thank God Hillary didn't win. But it's not because America is so racist or so sexist or so bigoted. But you are realizing, I hope, that these words you use to silence people, to shame people, are losing their meaning. And they're losing their meaning because of people like you. You talk about how the police is killing black people, but you totally ignore the fact that they're killing white people too. Hell, there is a police officer in hospital because she didn't want to shoot the guy that was nearly beating the living crap out of her. Because she didn't want to come across as a racist. She should have bloody well plugged the guy. And I don't think police brutality is a good thing. But there's a reason why you have it in America. But that's not the issue. No, we should vote for a candidate that wants nuclear war. That's the issue. I'm sorry, I'm ending your video here and I'm just rambling on a little bit myself now. But don't you recognize the hypocrisy that you're actually spouting? You talk about how people that didn't vote should have at least taken the time to look up what they're voting for. And still you claim you want to have Hillary Clinton as your president, whilst recognizing that your primary candidate got shafted because of Hillary Clinton, not because of Trump. I mean, the worst thing we can say about Donald Trump is that he said he wants to build a wall with Mexico. Don't matter that Mexico has a wall with Guatemala. So Mexico understands walls. No, building a wall is racist. And yeah, he had a problem with illegal immigrants. You know what? A lot of legal immigrants have a problem with illegal immigrants too. But that doesn't matter, right? Women voted for Trump. Yeah, he said that he could grab them by the pussy. Well, yeah, that's a terrible thing. He didn't actually do it though. He said he was allowed to do it. He didn't actually do it. Hillary Clinton defended a child rapist knowing full well that the guy was a rapist. But hey, I mean, it's Hillary Clinton, so she can't be wrong. There are too many, how do you call them, marks on the blemished, tarnished vision that is Hillary Clinton you don't want to see. And still, you blame people for voting for the one guy that apparently was able to stop Hillary Clinton. Because this is what you don't understand. A lot of people that voted for Trump didn't vote because they thought Trump was the best candidate. They voted for Trump because they recognized that Hillary was the worst. Yet you don't see this. Anyway, I'm done. I mean, I wanted to do more, but you know what? Never mind. I hope you have a very good time. I hope everyone that watched this has a very good time. Criticism, as always, is more than welcome. I will not block your responses. And yeah, let me know what you think. See you all next time.